Mhm. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our live broadcast. My name is Supatra Cooper, and I am an attorney at Conti Moore Law. At Conti Moore Law, we practice in family law, so dissolutions, paternity cases. We also handle injunctions, adoptions, and anything you need for your family law needs. I'm here today with Cabbi Brooks. She is the owner of Empowered to Prosper Therapy Services. And Cabbi, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your practice?
Absolutely. So, hi, thank you so much for having me again. My name is Cabbi Brooks. I am the owner of Empowered to Prosper Therapy Services, located in Melbourne, Florida. I am practicing in the state of Florida. So, if you need any information, I do free consultations, and I'm happy to serve you all.
Well, we really appreciate you being here today. Thanks so much. We've got a big topic that we're talking about today: anxiety during trial. Probably that phrase elicits a lot of anxiety for folks already.
Right.
And so, trial is what is the biggest and most final step in any kind of dissolution or family law proceeding. But I mean, let's go down to basics though. How would you define anxiety?
So, anxiety, we've all experienced it, have experienced it. Some people are diagnosed with it. Some anxiety is just situational, but anxiety is a message from your body, just letting yourself know that you're either unsafe, that something different is happening, that a major event is happening, or that something that you're neglecting is happening. And so, the nervousness that we feel, the shakiness that we feel, the uneasiness that we feel, those are all just symptoms from your body trying to tell you, hey, something is different, something is different. And in extreme cases, it's a signal saying that I am unsafe. And so that's basically what anxiety is. So some people, like I said, they're diagnosed with it. And all of us have experienced a little bit of anxiety or nervousness before we do a speech in class or, going into a job interview. But some cases are just more extreme than others.
Sure, it sounds like fear of the unknown, or we don't know what's
Right.
going to happen, and so
Absolutely.
so trial can feel like that. For our clients, what ends up happening is they've been through our case from the beginning. We've already gone to mediation, weren't able to settle with the other side. So the next step is trial, where a judge is going to decide
Yeah.
essentially the outcome. And that can be really nerve wracking for a lot of folks who maybe have a lot of assets and things in their marriage that they're worried about losing, or
Right.
children. My goodness,
Yes.
definitely worried about where the children are going to end up, what kind of schedule they're going to be on. And so it really takes it out of the hands of our clients.
Right.
But there are ways that we can mitigate though, and prepare, right, for
Right.
the best possible outcome. I think one of the things that is the most scary for our clients is that they feel nervous about that outcome.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone who would come to you and say, gosh, I'm feeling really anxious about, I don't know what this judge is going to say or do.
Yeah. So I know that as attorneys, you all see it all, and life itself is, emotional enough, and going through different transitions in life, it's emotional enough. So you add on a family law case and a child custody case on top of that, and sometimes the feelings of the unknown, like you said, can feel unbearable, right? So I have 4 tips to give you that can really help you to feel a little bit better. I wish I had a pill that said this will take it all away. Unfortunately, I don't have that, or I would take it myself. And
I was
so,
going to say you'd get the patent on that, and I think everyone would be buying that.
exactly. So I do have some tips though, to help you. 4 tips to help you kind of get through it and feel a little bit better. So the first thing is to be prepared. And when I
Hmm.
say that, it sounds so cliche, right? But I really mean like down to the T. Make sure that you have put your clothes out the night before, so that when you're up, and just in case something happens the morning of, you're not kind of figure out what I'm going to wear and get prepared for court that day. So put your clothes out the night before, kind of go over in your head what you and your attorney have discussed, that what's going to happen. Also, and if you have the opportunity to talk to your attorney to make sure that they're prepared. And I know that you're more than happy to assure you that, hey, we're prepared. Like, we're good. We're prepared. We got a strong case. If there's something that they're concerned about, they're absolutely going to share with you. I'm very concerned about this little piece, but this is how we're going to, get around that, or this is what we're going to do in terms of that. So that's tip number one. Be prepared. Prepare your mind, prepare your clothes, talk to your attorney about their preparedness. Tip number two is to let your attorney do all the heavy lifting. So court day is your attorney's playground, right? So this is what they've gone to all of those millions of years of school for, to be able to talk to the judge, to know what's going to stand, to know what's going to be thrown out. Like, this is their playground. This is what you all do, right? So so let your attorney do the heavy lifting. Let them do their job, and you just be prepared for what you're there for, whatever your facts and things like that are. That's what my tip number two would be. So don't go in there.
Yeah, I think that's great too. I'll have conversations with my clients that I tell them, let me do the worrying here.
Right.
You've already got enough to worry about.
Right.
We live at the courthouse, so we do it every day, and that's why we prepare. And leading up to trial, we are speaking with our clients constantly. We are going over the questions that we're going to ask them on the stand. We prepare them for questions that they're going to get from the other side on the stand. So, I can certainly echo that from a therapeutic side and from the legal side. Prepare.
Prepare. You can't be over prepared. Just prepare. Which brings me to my third tip. Stick to the facts and take the emotion out of the case. I know that it's hard because, if you're divorcing somebody that you've been with for a long time, or you're in child custody court and, these are your babies, right? So you want to make sure that, you get the access to them that you need, and that, everything is fair. But you have to, for the sake of your court case, take the emotions out and stick to the facts, because I know that your attorney has prepped you and said that this is what we're going to focus on. So you don't want to be in court talking about, oh, he, did this, and he, let's just stick to the facts and the questions that you're being asked. And you don't want it to come off like you're emotionally unstable in front of the judge, because, we're talking about the lives of kids and the people that are supposed to, be making the best decisions for them. And if you're in court acting emotionally unsound, it's going to weigh heavily on your case and the decisions that are made. So stick to the facts, keep the emotions out of it. So that would be,
And judges see it. They see everything. Now are we a post-COVID? Somewhat post-COVID.
Right.
And so we're going in person more. But even on camera, in person, the judge sees everything. So emotion can run a gamut, right? From
definitely
yelling, eye rolling. And it can be very tempting, especially when you hear maybe the other side say something that you don't emotionally agree with.
Right.
But I think you bring up a good point. That's what being prepared helps you to do. It helps you to stick to the facts. Definitely.
Absolutely.
So what's your fourth tip?
My fourth tip is to go to therapy. So we have a segment on Ask Conti that says, therapy during a family law trial or a family law case. Go to therapy. I think therapists, we are the best people to help you even prepare and kind of emotionally prepare for what's to come. Even some role playing, I definitely do that an awful lot. We talk about the relationship with you and your ex. If you're going for a divorce court, the relationship with you and your ex, and how we don't want those things aired out in court. We don't want you arguing with your ex in court, because, it's just not a good look. So go to therapy, let them help guide you on how to behave in court if we need to. If you have an issue with being explosive and having that explosive anger, therapy is a very good tool to use to help you present as your best self. So that is my fourth and final tip. I do want to share a method that I use with my clients that are just dealing with general anxiety. I call it the pit bull method. And I want to share that because I want to give you something tangible, right? So if you think about, you walking in your neighborhood, a lot of us jog in our neighborhood, we walk in our neighborhood, and a dog begins to chase you. And I want you to think of the dog as the anxiety. The dog begins to chase you. What happens when you stop? Now, I don't want to say you're not going to get bit, so it's not a dog that's going to bite you. But if a dog is chasing you and you stop running or you stop walking, what's happening?
The dog would probably stop as well.
The dog will probably stop as well, right? So
Yeah,
you can't be chased if you're not running. So anxiety, in terms of anxiety, we sit and we let our thoughts kind of get away with us. But if we get in the practice of stopping those thoughts and think about that pit bull, when you have all of those things, when you're sitting in the courtroom and you're saying, oh, he's going to say this, or they're going to say that, or they're going to see that I'm not doing this or that. So you have to learn to speak out loud and stop the pit bull, stop the thoughts, and just say, you know what? I'm okay. I'm safe. My attorney is prepared. I'm prepared, and I'm just going to stick to the facts. And once you stop those thoughts, just like if you're running in your neighborhood and you stop running from the pit bull, the thoughts are going to stop. You're going to stop spiraling, and you're going to be able to be present so that you can present as your best self. So
that's actually that's a really great piece of advice.
Yeah.
And so what I hear really is don't avoid it.
Yeah.
Don't avoid it. That it's normal to be anxious at trial.
Yeah.
It's end of the road. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of our clients have certain feelings about it being the end of the road. I'm sure you
Right.
can talk about that at length.
Absolutely.
Yeah, where it's there could be relief, there could be dread, but having it be the end is something that brings up that anxiety.
It
Maybe,
does.
that's the end of the road, good
Yeah,
or
it's
bad.
unbearable to think about. Like, we're human, and losing your life as you know it, like I've said in our other segments, that is grief. Like,
Yeah,
I'm losing how my children are picked up from school. I'm losing some time with them because they're going to be with my ex at this time. So all of it is grief. All of it can cause, anxiety. And I don't think that you're normal if it's not causing you some sense of, stress or anxiety, but we don't have to let it take over us, because we know that when it takes over us, we're going to behave in a manner that's not even ourselves. So
absolutely. I
yeah.
mean, it's normal. I think you hit the nail right on the head. And we tell our clients too, it's normal to feel anxious at this stage.
Yes.
There's certain levels of anxiety in every stage of a case, but trial particularly, because it's up to a third person who's going to decide. It is the
Absolutely.
end, no matter what,
Yeah.
and it is the grief of,
Yeah.
you're not going to have maybe when you entered this marriage or entered the partnership with someone, had kids with them, it's ending in a way that you didn't imagine.
You didn't
But
imagine,
it
right?
is ending. Yeah.
And that's
So,
why I push therapy, because we can help you through those things, and
mhm.
find a new normal, and go through that life transition, not easily, but just move forward in it.
Absolutely. And therapy is really powerful all the time, but certainly
Yeah.
as you're going through this transitionary period with
Absolutely.
having a lawyer and having a family law case. As
Mhm.
your attorney, I'm not going to be in your life forever. I know you don't want me in your life forever,
Right.
but I'm not going to be there forever. And it's truly transitional when you're with us. And
Right.
so, having a therapist to talk to is a really great tool and could help you with the course of your case, because we're here to help you with the legal counsel of it.
Mhm.
But of course, it can be so hard to tear away the legal and the emotional in these cases.
Right.
But yeah, trial is a big deal.
Yeah.
Trial is a really, really big deal. And if and when we gotta go, definitely, I think you've got some good tips, and I echo those tips too. Certainly be prepared. We practice with you
I'm
at
sure,
length.
over and
Yeah,
over and
we
over and
practice with
over.
you we practice, but that's because we
Yeah,
want you to feel as comfortable as possible. And so I call it
absolutely.
like getting the reps in. You want
Yeah.
to get the reps in so that it's almost like muscle memory when you're on the stand and
Mhm.
the key points that we're wanting to emphasize for the judge, and
Right.
what to expect for someone who might be asking you questions that you don't feel comfortable with during
Right. Yeah.
cross-examination. That's anxiety inducing big time. So,
Absolutely. Yes,
mhm.
it is. Yeah.
Well, I think you gave some really great tips, and we really appreciate your time and your expertise and your knowledge.
Yes,
And so we certainly look forward to having more sessions with you like this. Um,
absolutely.
so, so talk, just tell us again, Empowered to Prosper Therapy Services, LLC. How can people get a hold of you to schedule a consultation with you?
So there's a few ways that you can contact me. I do free consultations, and you can sign up for those on my website. It's empoweredprosper.com. Go on there and sign up for a free consultation. And then also, you can reach me at 321-328-0422. I also am on social media, Instagram, and my Instagram is my practice name, Empowered to Prosper. And yeah, I'm around. I'm here in the state of Florida, and I'm happy to serve you all.
Well, we certainly appreciate you, and thank you so much for coming in. And so I'm here from Conti Moore Law. We're here to service any and all of your family law needs. So if you're going through a divorce, if you have had a child and you want to establish your paternity rights, any of those kind of things, definitely give us a call. You can call us at 407-831-0203. Follow us on social media for more great videos like this at Conti Moore Law, YouTube, Facebook Live. We're on Instagram as well. We love to give you little nuggets of law
Yeah,
wisdom to help you through your cases, but certainly give us a call for a free consultation to see how we can help you out in your time of transition. So Cabbi, thank you so much. We really
yeah,
appreciate your time.
absolutely.
All
Thank
right,
you.
everyone have a great day.
Take care.